Okay, so good morning, everyone. We will have our video discussion regarding about lesson, a particular lesson that we are not able to discuss last meeting. So the title of the lesson, with our subject, understanding culture, society, and politics, is becoming a member of society. So of course, it's very important that we are aware on how to fit ourselves, to be a productive individual, to become a productive citizen that can give contributions. We can give contributions in our respective community or in our society that we presently belong. So the objective of our lesson, this is part of third quarter. At the end of the discussion, the students will be able to analyze the social and political structures. So I already give last during our first discussion the part of our lesson in UCSP. We will try to analyze. We will try to understand the social phenomenon, the social activities, and also the political structures, the political activities that happens in our present society or existing in our present society. And we will also understand the impact of different economic institutions that are present, that currently exist in our society. And number three, part of our objectives that you're going to learn, to be expected to you to learn after the discussion. You will learn about different kinds of authority and legitimacy practice in the field of politics. So that is why, in our subject, understanding culture. So we are saying about culture, and not just in the field of culture, not just in the aspect of culture, but we will also try to look on different perspective related to the politics, to the field of politics, to the different political phenomenon, political activities that are happening in our present country, in our country, in our society. Okay. Um, in previous chapter, we learned that culture is acquired through socialization and enculturation. So these are the ways on how we are able to acquire or learn, no? How we are able to learn or acquire culture. Uh, that culture is one of the elements that is shared. So yes, it is shared by the members of the society. Once it will be shared, once it will be practiced by all the members of a certain community in a certain society, then it will become part of their way of life. Then it could become part of their own culture. So, the culture acquired by the participants through the different agent of socialization. So, we'll try to find out the different agent of socialization that are very important, very crucial in acquiring by the members, by the participants of the society of a certain culture, to incorporate that one as their own. And controlling factors which deviated from the standard norms. Yes, I already discussed to you the what is norms is all about. When we talk about norms, norms are social guidelines that act or that social guidelines that can conduct the people on how to behave in a given situation, di ba? Is the salient points as part of this lesson. Okay. So first we have here activity number one. Supposed to be you're going to do this one. Um, think and post. We'll just skip that part. Okay. So agents of socialization. So we have primary group, of course, your family. So that's the first, no, that maybe some of us are currently associated or affiliated. Yeah, primary group, consider as primary group is our family. Secondary group, in agents of socialization, we have peer groups, mass media, religion, of course, included institution, church, schools, the state or government. So these are considered to be secondary group when we talk about the agents of socialization. So if you're asked to express your thoughts in social media platform and to post in your Facebook account your involvement in any of these agent of socialization that has a major influence in shaping the way of your thinking, your social and cultural behavior. What do you think is the most influential agent of socialization that we mentioned here? It could be the family, it could be your family, it could be your religion that you currently belong, it could be your peer group, it could be your education or mass media. And then how this agent of socialization contributed and molded you to become a better individual in the society that you currently belong. Describe how this agent of socialization has had influence your thoughts, attitudes, values, and behavior. So we will have this activity right after our discussions. You're going to pick one agent of socialization and then you will try to explain now individually in yourself why do you think that this agent of socialization is the most influential agent of socialization in you, and you're going to explain also, you need to include in your explanation how this agent of socialization contributed yourself and molded you to become a better individual in our present society. So, and then if you can give example, much better with your explanation. Okay. In order for us to understand, we already tackle the definition and the the importance of socialization in our last meeting since we need to discuss this one. So let's recap regarding about the definition of socialization. When we hear the word socialization, it is considered to be the continuing process of social interaction. Sinabi ko na po, in socialization, there is always social interaction between people, no? Acquire their identities and skills in their societies. You cannot gain something, you cannot learn something without having social interaction with different people that are very important in your development and in your personal growth. Socialization is learning from people, learning to other people. No, that is why this particular process is very crucial, very important, very relevant. No, you should expose yourself, no, expose the person to the culture, to the different culture of our society, and acquired, learn that one, and incorporate that one in yourself. An important part of socialization and enculturation process are the different social groups that can be seen, no, that can be seen or that are present in our society. Yes. So important part of the process of socialization and enculturation are the existing social groups that that can be seen, no, that are presently uh, existing in our society, and we call that one agents of socialization. So that is why, as what I told you, there are different agents of socialization that are presently existing in our society. Mm. The result of socialization are great because they establish our identity. Yes. So because of socialization, um, we it will help us to establish our own personal identity in our society, and that is why we need to expose ourselves. We need to interact with other people. We need to socialize with other people in order for us to learn, acquire essential skills and knowledge, and incorporate that one in your own. We are guided on how to act in socially acceptable ways because of socialization. Yes, we acquired culture that may improve as individuals. That's the importance of having socialization. Socialization is also a form of social control. Yes, so I agree with that. That socialization is also a form of social control. It may be in the form of coercion, so in order to discipline, no, in order to discipline the person, in order to control some of negative behavior, negative action, then sometimes through socialization, we may able to be guided on what are uh, acceptable, and what are not acceptable. No, so it may be a form of coercion like punishment, economy. It may also be in the form of language, which was used as cultural symbols. So that's the importance of socialization as connected to different social groups that are considered to be important part of the agent of socialization in our society. Okay, so we have here different sociologists' view. So sociologists are people expert in the field of sociology, and we will try to discuss each one of these well-known sociologists and their specific view regarding about the process, regarding about the importance of socialization and their own connected theory. No, so each sociologist, they have their own uh, theory that they derive in connection to the process of socialization. Mm. So first sociologist that we have here is Sigmund Freud, and he is the proponent of psychoanalytic theory. So according to his psychoanalytic theory by Sigmund Freud, according to this theory, the unconscious mind, so there is a part of our mind that is considered to be unconscious. The unconscious mind shape the behavior of the person. So the unconscious mind that we have, according to him, is a reason that shape the behavior of every people. The formation of the self occurs between the id and superego. The influence of society happens in superego. That is according to the psychoanalytic theory by Sigmund Freud. Another sociologist that we have here and his view regarding about socialization, Jean Piaget. And Jean Piaget is a proponent of cognitive development theory. So according to Jean Piaget, socialization happens in different stages of our mind's development. So from the beginning of infancy, so in our early age to the adolescence or adulthood period. So there is always the process of socialization. So socialization already happens during the infancy periods of every individual up to adulthood period. And then another sociologist that we have is Lawrence Kohlberg, and he's a proponent of the moral development theory. So, according to this particular theory, moral development is a continual process that it continues until the lifespan. Another sociologist that we have, George Herbert Mead, George Herbert Meds, and he's the proponent of the theory of the social self. That according to this theory, the self emerge, the self emerge from social interactions. So there is the idea of self in which the idea of self will emerge if we will be exposed to social interactions that we all know for a fact that we can gain social interactions through socialization. We can gain learning, skills, knowledge through social interaction. That is why we need to expose ourselves. So we can, if we expose ourselves to different interactions, social activities, then we can identify ourselves. Then another sociologist, we have Charles Coley, and he's a proponent of Coley's theory or looking glass self. So in this particular theory, in looking on the process of socialization, we learn to take the rule of others, the expectation of other forms, the venue for acquiring social rules that every one of us in our society, we need to understand that each one of us, we have our own social rules that we must portray. No, we must be responsible in our role in our society. So every individual should learn how to take his role in our present society. No, acquiring social rules nga kitang tanan ay natay kaugalingon nga roles kinahanglan natong buhaton nga importante kayo na siya. Okay. So we have also the we need to understand the concept of deviance and social control. So when we talk about deviance is an acceptable behavior. Yes, it's an acceptable behavior, a violation of society's norms. So there are many example of deviance like prostitution or deviance or social problem. So any unacceptable behavior like prostitution, abortion, illegal drugs, no, these are considered as deviant or problematic, unacceptable, unacceptable action, unacceptable behavior that it's considered to be a violation of our society's norms. So there are many deviant action, there are many deviant behavior that currently existing in our present society. So deviance is considered as a concept, as an acceptable behavior, a violation of society's norms. So in order to control this deviant behavior, then there is a need to understand the the concept of social control. So social control is the regulation and the enforcement of norms to maintain social orders. So we are having, in order to control the deviant actions, the deviant behavior in our society, and we consider that one as a violation of our acceptable norms, then we need to implement, no, social control as a means of maintaining social order. If you violated, if you violated a certain law in our society, no, we consider that one as civil disobedience. No, if you violate a certain law, no, you commit violation of the laws that our government implemented, then that is considered as civil disobedience. Example of that, the Republic Act number 9165, or otherwise known as the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002. So this particular law is considered to be a form of social control. Yes, this is a law that considered to be a form of social control in order to control the deviant behavior of those who use dangerous drugs. So if you violate, no, if you violate this one, then you are violating this particular law. the Republic Act number 9165, or otherwise known as Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002. So this particular law is a form of social control in order to apprehend the deviant behavior of using dangerous drugs or illegal drugs. So that is the importance of having law. So by implementing laws, by implementing different laws, that is a form of social control in order to apprehend different deviant activity or deviant behavior that may arise in our present society. Okay. So I just hope that you understand what is social control and what is deviant behavior or deviant activity or deviance. Okay, so that would be all. That would be the last lesson of our third quarter. I hope that you will listen. You will watch this particular video, and this will be the last topic for our discussion in our subject. So good morning, everyone, and thank you for listening. And good luck and God bless with your periodical test.